Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly scopes from the 13th right up until the 19th of August. And there's a new moon this week, which is going to be in a separate video, so check out the link for that. So, or the playlist, wherever you're listening to this, it can be a link or playlist. So anyway, I'm going to get on. So on the 13th of August, the moon void of course starts at 5:56 p.m. GMT times, or times in GMT, but it's summertime actually now. And all horoscopes that I say here are based on where the planets are any given time, or the asteroid CHIRON, which is Vedic, not Western astrology, so Vedic stroke constellational astrology. So moon void of course simply is a time when some astrologers say you should put off important things if you can. The moon also enters Cancer today at 11:56 p.m. and the moon in Cancer can bring a powerful emotional nurturing energy, making it an excellent time for self-care and connecting with loved ones. On the downside, people can become more moody and sensitive, leading to overreacting or taking things too personally. The best use of this energy is to nurture yourself and others, using it to reconnect with your inner self, healing any inner psychological, emotional, spiritual wounds, and setting boundaries, and listening to others' feelings and expressing your feelings and stuff like that. If you want to know more about what to do when the moon's in Cancer, check out the playlist. On the 14th of August, nothing happens, which is typically the case when there's like a new or full moon. There's a day or two where nothing really happens astrologically. So on the 15th of August, from the 15th to the 18th, with the peak being on the 16th, we have Mars making a trine to Uranus. So on the positive side, this aspect can bring a surge of energy and give us the motivation to start new things and create or continue exciting plans. Maybe whenever Uranus is involved, maybe a non-conformist or an unusual person to the ones that you normally meet may come into your life as well. Uranus is associated with innovation and change, and Mars represents our action and our drive. So this combination can give us the courage and inspiration to take risks and make bold moves. Some of you may feel a sense of restlessness or impatience, but this sort of energy can be channeled into productive outlets rather than causing chaos for yourself and others. This transit can encourage you to be more spontaneous and to experiment more with your hair, your makeup, your dress sense, or anything else, even if you're a musician, artist, a scientist, or research, or whatever you're into. You may think outside the box under this energy and try something that you haven't tried before, breaking free from your comfort zone or anything else that's been holding you back, such as your toxic sort of thought and behaviour patterns, or maybe a relationship for some of you. So yeah, get ready to do something totally new or out of the ordinary, and some of you will have the courage to experiment through the roof, just say, yeah, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to try everything. If you want, anyway, the power is there for you to make changes and act independently if you want, plus your reflexes can be sharper than ever right now. So yeah, also on the 15th, the Sun is also making a square to Uranus. So Mars is making a trine to Uranus as well as the Sun making a square. So this is more of a challenging energy. So, brace yourself for a roller coaster ride of unpredictability over the next couple of days. Anything can happen during this period where this transit's at its hottest, up until the 18th of August. So there can be sudden surprises, anything's possible, setbacks can be lurking around the corner, and also guess what, those in authority may just throw you a curveball and assert their power right now in unexpected ways. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Innovations and reforms could also be on the horizon. The biggest downside of the square between the Sun and Uranus is that it can create tension and unpredictability. So earlier I was saying, experiment to your heart's content. This square with the Sun as well, ego drives can make it hard. People may try and get in the way of each other's plans right now as well. it can make it hard to stay grounded and focus on your goals, but it's not impossible. If you desire to find a balance, you can, and as long as you're practical and realistic, making sure that you're fully aware of any consequences of your actions before taking them. And also, because this Sun square Uranus can create a sense of rebellion or defiance towards authority figures, which may put in more of an extra strain on relationships. So it's best for you to find a way to express your individuality and desire for freedom without causing unnecessary disruption. It's crucial right now to avoid any of the negative consequences as well, trying to understand other people's point of view as well. To make the most of today's energy, it's advisable to channel this excess fiery Mars and Uranus. I want it now, I want to think outside the box, and I want more excitement in my life into like productive activities, like a bit of exercise, continuing or starting a project, creative project, playing an instrument, gaming, dancing, whatever it is that can help you just chill out a bit as well. Use this time also to explore new ideas, experiment with different approaches, and embrace the opportunities for growth and personal development that come your way right now. Keeping in mind that while change can be thrilling, exciting, it's essential to maintain a balance between being spontaneous and being stable. Take caution when making impulsive decisions during this period. While the sense of adventure and the willingness to take risks can be beneficial in certain situations, it's important to weigh the potential consequences and consider all possible outcomes before acting. As I said earlier, seek guidance from a trusted mentor friend who can provide valuable insights and help you make well-informed decisions. Remember to practice self-care and maintain a healthy balance during this time is the best advice. And just explore the new, have fun, but just respect others' boundaries and make sure you assert yourself and don't let others overstep your boundaries as well. So on the 16th of August we have a new moon, and it's a new moon in Cancer. I've done a separate audio on that, and if you want to know more, check that out. So after the new moon in Cancer, the moon enters Leo at 12:28, just after midday. So when the moon transits through Leo, it brings a burst of energy and enthusiasm, so it's going to help us put the plans of the new moon in Cancer into action, and allow us to be more confident and optimistic as well. And it's a great energy for creative expression, and the sun's about to go into Leo tomorrow as well, so this energy will be amplified, giving you that push to maybe socialize more, connect with others, have a bit of fun. And some of you may seek drama, because that sometimes Leo energy can make us dramatic and be like, I'm under the spotlight, look at me, look what I'm doing. And on the negative end, it can allow us to be attention seeking, and others may attention seek, so just watch out for that as well. The best use of the moon in Leo energy is to express yourself in healthy ways and to be confident. Maybe go for that promotion, go for the things that you've been putting off, commit to a lover, ask somebody out on the first date and stuff like that as well. Because the moon in Leo, and it's a new moon, it can encourage us to take risks as well, but we have to remember to be humble and have respect for others as well as stay grounded and being mindful of being too egotistical right now. On the 17th of August, the sun enters Leo, so as I was saying, this amplifies our self-expression, gives us the courage and charisma to showcase our talents in non-attention seeking way. We can be bold, we can be proud and authentic in who we are and what we stand for. On the negative, as I said, we can become too self-centered, so we have to strike a balance between expressing ourselves more confidently and being mindful of other people's feelings. And if you want to know more about what to do in the sun in Leo, I've done a special on it for what it means for committed relationships, hookup relationships, spiritual, educational, career and personal development, so check that out. On the 18th of August, Mars enters Virgo. So on the positive side, this placement encourages a strong work ethic and attention to detail. People can feel more motivated to get things done and focus on precision, details and getting them right, and organisation and being more productive as well. So it can be used to improve our health and fitness routines, as we can become more conscientious about our overall well-being, whether it be our career, physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual well-being. On the negative end, we can become too critical, and this can cause anxiety, and we can also be overly critical of ourselves and others, and this can lead to conflicts and strain in our relationships as well. So we need to balance any desire for excellence with a sense of flexibility and compassion for ourselves and others. The best use of this transit is to tackle projects that maybe you've been putting off, start new projects, or any projects that require attention to detail. So computer science, data research, gathering facts and figures, whether it's been spiritual research, scientific, technological, engineering, just anything that, every hobby, even if it's learning an instrument which is fun, or even learning how to do weights. Exercise always has a bit that we don't like to do, but it's these technical details that we have to do. So getting down to to learning the things that you normally put off learning is great with this margin energy, as our sex drive and our action drives turn towards being and doing things to the best of our ability. So it's good for doing the things that we've been putting off and paying attention to details, as I said, and focusing on self-improvement goals and doing things better in our careers or in our educational studies and hobbies in general and stuff like that. The moon void, of course, starts at 6:09 p.m. So also today on the 18th of August, the Sun is making a trine to the Moon's North Node, so you may become more open to social integration and networking. So it's time to work those connections, attend meetings and form alliances like a pro. Get ready to rub shoulders with influential contacts, because this period is ripe with opportunities if you put yourself out for them. It symbolises a time of growth and progress in your life. So if you want to collaborate with anyone, you've been putting off a important discussion, it's good to do that now. If you've been working too hard and neglecting your friends, family or partner, it's good to surprise them with a meal, or just visiting them, or even a phone call, or even a text or voice note or video call. The Sun represents our ego, vitality and life force energy, and the North Node represents our path and destiny. So this trine aspect between them indicates that we can align with our life purpose and move towards it with more ease and grace. We may feel a boost of confidence and optimism during this time, as well as a sense of inner harmony and balance. However, it's important to note that this aspect does not guarantee success or opportunities. It simply suggests that we're in a more favourable position to move forwards towards our goals and destiny right now as well. It's up to us to take action, and I'm always going on about action. These, astrology shows us that, the stars and the planets and the luminaries, the sun and the moon, and Chiron and the other asteroids and astrological points like the moon's north node and stuff helps us, provide us with energy, but we have to use this energy to make the changes in our life, as well as, seeing how in general these aspects can affect the general mood of the people and the situations we have to deal with day to day, so we can be aware of any of the negatives as well as use the positives as well. So this aspect can also bring about a sense of emotional stability and clarity, as the moon's north node represents our emotional growth and evolution as well. So it can just make us feel more emotionally secure, or just give a chance for us to be less egotistical. And the sun and the moon are working together, so the sun's our ego, the moon's our emotion, so it's allowing our ego and emotions to work together and in unison. So it just means that we can interact with others more successfully today if we are prepared to stay calm, state our opinions, respect other people's beliefs and boundaries, and assert ourselves and make sure others don't cross our boundaries and stuff as well. Okay, on the 19th of August, the moon enters Virgo. So with Mars being in Virgo, this is really good. So it doubly focuses and makes it more potent that we can pay attention to details right now and analyse situations, making it a great time for all forms of careful planning and being more productive and efficient and being more in tune with, you know, on time to things and just being more open to details and stuff like that. But we just have to watch out for being too overly critical, as I said, with Mars being in Virgo and the moon in Virgo, because this energy can make us nitpicky and just focus on, you know, the negatives rather than the positives. So just watch out for that. If you want to know more about what to do and not to do when the moon's in Virgo, please check out the pre-recorded audio in the playlist. Also today, the Sun is making a quincunx to Neptune. One of the positives of this aspect is that it increases our intuition and spiritual awareness. It allows us to escape the mundane and dive headfirst into our indulgent tendencies. You know, after all, who needs reality anyway? That was a joke. But we have to watch out for some, you know, the pitfalls of good old Neptune, which is always self-deception and manipulation from others, as well as escaping reality into drugs, alcohol, sex, excessively. Nothing matter with, you know, I'm not the karma police, but doing anything to excess is not good right now as well. So just watch out for that. So we also have to watch out for disappointments, you know, in love, not getting the news, being too idealistic, ignoring red flags as well. Although there can be a lot of negatives right now, this cosmic dance that the Sun and Neptune are making in quincunx brings a silver lining, well, a couple of silver linings actually, which are, you know, it can increase travel, whether it be psychic travel, mental travel, visualization, and all forms of creative activity. And you may find things like music and films and stuff more enjoyable at this time. Positively, you may feel more connected to the universe and understand your place better in it right now. This can lead to a greater sense of peace and purpose in your life. It can also be an increased time of creativity and imagination, allowing you to tap into your artistic or visionary and futuristic abilities. However, as I mentioned, you may struggle with confusion and uncertainty, finding it hard to make decisions and take action right now. This can lead to a sense of disorientation or feeling lost. And also, you know, watch out for those escapism behaviours, or any addictions you have now can be amplified. You may spend more time on your mobile phone or screen time in general, so just watch out for that as well, and seek out, you know, healthy outlets for coping with any stress or emotional challenges that come up right now. So yeah, overall the best use of this energy is to embrace the positive aspects, which are an increase in intuition, empathy and creativity, while remaining grounded, using your logic, you know, seeking help if you feel like you don't understand anything right now, you know, and you need help to do so, or if you need to, you know, phone a mental health helpline, or seek out a therapist, or talk to a trusted friend, or journal, or anything like that as well. And you know, just allow yourself to partake in self-care, and just remember to embrace the chaos and let your imagination run wild. It's going to be a roller coaster of emotions, my friend. Hang tight and enjoy the ride, hey, you know, because sometimes that's the best we can do. But no, on a serious note, just try and be gentle with yourself right now, and remember, all chances eventually pass. So yeah, and that was the weekly scopes from the 13th to the 19th of August. Take care and see you next time.